Hello, internet friends. My name is Bay. The Forehead returns with more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, the MSQ journey, as we move forward into. So this is quest number 38, the leap to Yak. Where'd this hyphen come from? I thought it was just Yaktel TEL. Was it always supposed to be hyphenated, or was there a typo earlier when it wasn't? Anyway, this is quest 38, the leap to Yaktel. Alphado seems eager to review your journey thus far. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. I kind of got interrupted, but then I guess I still got rest afterwards. So that's okay. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, 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 hello. Well, we have refreshed ourselves somewhat. Let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Woo! I haven't rested enough yet either. You see that yawn, Alphano? Woo! I need to go back. Park it. Going back. Zoralja and Koana have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Wuk Lamat would be equal with them, but for Bakool Jaja's thievery, which has left us 1 short. That conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc on the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. I mean, I think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I'll be taking back what is mine. This I swear. I mean, he can't be stronger because he got 1 punch manned, and then the 8 of us beat Velagarmanda. So, like, I don't know. His whole I'm strong, I'm pretty sure he's just bluffing. In comparison. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is, if a Bakool Jaja unleashing the Valgarmanda is an indication, using his lead, anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. Well, yeah, because we're behind now, is what he was expecting us to be behind. Yeah, we may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. Can't say I'd be comfortable with that. Neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones we'll require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and the Jabral in the forests of Yaktel, specifically near the village called Ikbrachs. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me when I was a baby. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Well, that's literally like us, me, maybe? I don't know. Heroes has a similar tale. The explorer Ketanram befriended a 2-headed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tural. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. So we think. At least that is the commonly held belief. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Ketanram fellow must have come to Tuliolel. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yokhoi architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Ketanram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk? Is that a city? Oh no. one of the grandest in Tyrol, once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It lies in Yaktel, not far from Ikbracht. And all things considered, Yaktel seems like the obvious choice for our next destination. We gotta go through the big gate and go over the big freaking bridge, the name I've already forgotten because there's too many names to try to remember right now. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. Oh, we're gonna go by airboat. We're riding in one of Koana's balloons. That can't be any worse than ships, can they? Well, I mean, not the same exactly, but if you get seasick, you might get balloon sick, air sick. You easily still get air sick. Usually, air sickness though isn't that like an inner ear equilibrium thing instead of a stomach guts moving around thing? I don't know the full extent of the differences between them. I don't really get either of them. When I was super young, I did a lot of boating. Much boatage was done in my youth, and then I've flown plenty of times without issue, so. That Fall Guys attire is so goofy looking. Oh, we don't need to go up here. That's right. It's just down past everything here. Yeah. Well, we're going down. One way or another. Ah! Ugh, my legs. This is a weird way to walk around this. Oh, they're up top. Oh, that's strange. Okay, the stairs are way over here by the aetherite. That's funny. We got there eventually. Little roundabout. How exciting. The design of the Tyroli dirigibles intrigues me. I must note how they perform compared to Eorzean airships. It'll be fine. Just fine. Oh my goodness. The cat hair is attacking me. Ready to leave when you are. Sorry, I stepped on Kryl. Yaktel, or the Yokhoi dreamt of the Golden City. For as much as I wish I could ignore them, or ignore him, Bakool Jaja is a real threat. We can't afford to let our guard down. Yeah, let's just blast him. Tell him to shut up and get blasted. The next flight to Yaktel will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. The dirigible. That's a fun word to say. Dirigible. Dirigible. You'll be okay. Or maybe not. I don't know. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air all the way to Yaktel? Just get on the balloon, Wuk Lamat, you'll be okay. It floats with far less wibbly wobbliness compared to being on the sea, since it doesn't have a current. You'll have some turbulence maybe, but I don't know if you feel... Excuse me, it's been a long day. I don't know if you feel turbulence the same way in a balloon as you do like in a plane. Does a balloon... I guess you still, I don't know. I've never been in a balloon before. Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye said? There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Uh-huh. Come on, big cat girl. Let's do it. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand just until it settles my nerves? Sure, yes. Of course. Didn't even have to think about that one. Will it actually animate that? You're the nicest person I've ever met. I'll try not to crush your hand. You are probably very strong. Mablu. There she is, third promise. Just wait this moment. Wait, really? Oh, there she is. Look at that. Mablu and Tobli. Of course, of course. Wait as long as you need. Sure. It's a distraction. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Oh. Is that so? You said before it gained popularity in Yogg-Toghrul as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right. We tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. Okay. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be my grandfather. Could be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? Of course. One in Yogg-Toghrul, to where it seems you are already bound. Yep. What luck? And I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather here, or yet another discovery to look forward to? Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of your rite. Thanks, I won't let you down. I just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Last call for passengers to Yogg-Toghrul. Are we not gonna get... They're not gonna animate us holding Wuk Lamat's hand, are they? I really hope she wins. Yogg-Toghrul will test her mettle, without a doubt. The next dancer must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. It's a night flight we're going right now. It's 11 o'clock, or no, 8 o'clock at night. Oh, never freaking mind. It's already...
The fierce Shabral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yogg-Toghrul. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Shabral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Are you all right?
Does she sound all right? It's got a hairball or something.
I've never been good with heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Cosmauca.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
What?
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion.
Okay.
Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Shabral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Good question.
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Okay.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
A little let down they didn't actually animate us like walking back to the dirigible holding Wuk Lamat's hand at least. I guess that would have been too lewd. Would that have been too lewd? Possibly too lewd, maybe? I don't know. Too lewd for the internet. All that journey was delightful. The wind was fair and the vessel hardly rocked at all. I can hardly fathom how difficult travel must have been before the second promise introduced dirigibles. Can you imagine having to walk all this way? Worry not. Kral and I will ensure our promise doesn't wind up at the bottom of one of those cenotes. Would it kill Aaronville to give me the benefit of the doubt, or the benefit of a second chance? With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. It is pretty thick. That is for certain. It's pretty wild. Ah, giant ground squirrel. Giant ground squirrel. Weird floating plant things. It's just called necrosis? What the hell? It's just a flower monster called necrosis. No big deal. That's a hole in the ground? He said there are holes in the ground. Cenotes, if you will. You can't fall in, though. It literally is an invisible wall. See, no tumbles thanks to Kral and Alizé, but it still counts. Take around to get separated. I hate to lose you in this rampant undergrowth. For all of Aaronville's insistence, I have yet to discover anything particularly blue about this forest. Well, the whole horizon, because of the sort of foggy air that is here. Is that Ixbrash over there? Ixbrash. Good. Everyone's accounted for. Ixbrash is up ahead. Let's be on our way. A Lalafell riding a crab mount. You know it. That boy bouncing. That boy bouncing. That boy bouncing. That boy bouncing. That boy is bouncing. That boy is bouncing. Are all cenotes this deep, I wonder? Oh, that's a very large one. It's quite large. I mean, that looks like it's made to... They're jumping off that and climbing back up and jumping back off into the water. You know they are. Just so you know, I shall be very cross if you push me. Yeah, but you'd still find it fun. You'd be mad for about 15 seconds. Aha, I've fallen into High Tide Harbor enough times to be a professional diver. There's no way I'd fall into something like this on accident. Yeah, but what if we hip check Alizé and she falls in? What's so blue about this forest? You'll see. Okay. Oh god dang. Well, we'll see. Ironful was not exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully, we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. You ready to proceed? I'm eager to learn more about Ikbrach and Ixbraxel customs. Ikbrachs and Jibraxel customs. Ishbral. That's such a... The whole X as a sh noise. Such a rare occurrence. I've probably said the most in my life ever playing this game right now. So it's not common. Move on to quest number 39, Village of the Hunt. Wuk Lamat's attention is divided between the perilously deep cenote and Ixbrach. Ready to head on in? Mm-hmm. Are indeed. Get in the friend circle. Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. Hello, Big Cat Man. The third promise in our retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars at the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. All right. Everyone? And who might that be? There's one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. Bring in the horns. Oh. Oh.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
This guy's a dick.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with Ligarmanda in the first place.
What?
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Now that we are assembled, let us begin.
Uh-huh.
My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibrash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people.
As Zebrash Rash. Sure.
As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us.
Sure. Hello. Dad and Uncle Dad.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of Repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Bruh. One of them one-punched Man U. Okay?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner.
Ooh, that's dirty.
Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Ah.
'Twill forbid Wuk Lamat is paired with Bakool Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
You know what's gonna happen.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red. Blue.
Yep.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red,
Oh,
which means
okay.
Together again, as fate would have it.
victory's as good as ours.
Curious. I got baited.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Yep.
Not the one-hit.
Mm-hmm.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Chebral cuisine. Shibruk Bibil.
They have to cook together. That's actually pretty funny. Oh man, some Final Fantasy XIV overcooked. That's fun.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
That's great. I love this. That's fun.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
Yep.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
Mm-hmm.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Oh, yeah.
The rules are simple.
And?
The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
That's an interesting question. Do you suppose the first promise and Bakool Jaja will wear matching aprons? I dearly hope so. That's so stupid. We two claimants can receive keystones from this feat. Intimidating perhaps, but irrelevant. We shall prevail. The second promise will no doubt have thoughts on how best to proceed. Let us ask for his perspective. Oriange, there's a car parked inside you right now. I consider myself a connoisseur of all things tasty and Torali, but this is the first I've heard of Shibruk Pibil. Pibil? First promise and Baruch Jaja are formidable in the field, but in the kitchen, the odds are in our favor. Much as I would have loved to defeat you in an all-stakes culinary battle, couldn't have asked for better allies. I mean, you do have dad energy. You probably cook way better than my character would. For the pairings to be thus decided, the stars align for us indeed. I was totally expecting to have to do, you know, that's interesting that we would be paired together with Koana. How fortunate this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakool Jaja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. He's a piece of shit. That's why. Sorry. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition is a team of 6, the 2 claimants, Cyrilja and Bakool Jaja's lackeys, whereas we are a team of 9. With 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that couldn't be easily avoided. Our first order of business should be to determine the recipe for Shibruk Pibil. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Shibrali people. Let's gather here once we have seen the clues this village has to offer. Oh boy, I'm ready to go talk to 3 people and then come back. Yes! Oh my, 4 people! Oh! Not 1 or 2 or 3, but 4! 4 stones in it. I see. Oh, there's no one up here. Ah! Colorful spices. This should be all I need. Oh, that was a player. I thought that was an NPC. Number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called, oh, Ichiote. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. The food ain't ready yet, you hear? Oh, you aren't here for that? Apologies. I get people beating down my neck constantly, like they don't realize a proper meal takes time. Indeed. A fastidious fellow, you say? That cat be to be sleeping? The recipe for Gebrek Bepil. Wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunumumruk himself. But you mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still Ibruk to be had at market. Wink. Ah. Hello. We've named ourselves after the Brarash, who rule over the forest. A fitting title for those who look over the woods and its creatures. What flavor would that be? What flavor would that be? Knock him flat. Hello. About to cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think he won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. What? Oh, these are two of his lackeys. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult can a second time be? Hey, dinguses. What are you looking at? Salt liquor? Mind your own business. They do be bouncing. Get that aetheryte. Get this gemstone trader. What can I do for you, sir? Just received a delivery, so my wares are available for all of me gemstones. Got some fruit. Some hide. The Brakshi hide. And the Tiatya wing blade. Some feathery thing of some sort. Oh, you're just a level 91 vendor. I see. It's an interesting skin color you have there for a cat. Every life that we vipers take is precious. It's our responsibility to use every part of the animal we hunt, flesh and bone, blood and sinew, provided they aren't riddled with corruption, that is. Huh. I won't know about the whole viper story for some time. A bright banana peel. A cheerful cook. What fun this is. Unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my Najul. I mean, Ja Tika banana peel. What? I can barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Ah, there's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. Yeah, so it's a meal that is wrapped in banana leaf and almost like old school. So there's a barbecue style where you make a ground oven and you bury the wrapped barbecue underneath the ground. And that's how it cooks. There's other countries and cultures that have done that for longer than we have ever done barbecue. You cook things underground, essentially, to it's like just making an oven for some cultures that didn't have ovens specifically. So yeah, something wrapped in banana peel or banana leaf, rather. Very different. Banana leaf. That is a wild banana color, though. That is insane. A banana? That's smoke. Who's fighting this big cat down here? What is happening? This big cat is fighting this AFK. Oh, they're in a cutscene. So something in an underground oven in banana leaf. Oh my goodness, this one is actually pretty packed. To find the wait at location marker. Oh no. Now it took a little bit of time to figure that out. Bump 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 bump. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Jibruk Pibil? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a stable dish, and observing of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I did recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Zibruk Pibil. But one in particular she attributed to all common Gibral dishes. Achiote, she called it. It's a pepper, I thought, right? That's a real thing, I thought. I see. And if Jibruk Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as Alphino claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burying bundles wrapped in the leaf of Najul, or banana, in certain localities. It would seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? Nope. Ibruk, without a doubt. A sizzling slab of beef, it smelled so good I could practically taste it. A squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish. We did see those in the last zone. That's very silly. But I mean, it's obviously this one, but I want to say a sizzling slab of beef. It smells so good I can practically taste it. I just need the reaction. This is the silly answer. Alize smiling at me, dork. I think you were smelling what you wanted to smell. Cattle is uncommon in Yok Teral and is unlikely to be an ingredient used in Gibral traditional cuisine. The squeaky flesh of a bipedal fish then, clearly. Oh no. What kind of creature is that? There seem to be more hunters than fishers here, so I think we're looking for a different meat. But I'd be keen to give it a try next time. Damn. Brook. Would be expected of a dish called Jebruk Pibil, indeed. To summarize, the dish is one of a brook, flavored with a combination of spices that include achiote and steamed underground within a jewel, banana leaves. It sounds very much like an actual real dish that I can't remember what it's called. I have to look it up. I feel like I've seen this on some of the cooking programs on the internet that I have watched before. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests while you are all exploring the village. Between local vegetation and wild Ibruk, we should have everything we need in ingredients to meat and spices. Leave it to a master gleaner. That we should try next. We should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Remember to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. Oh my god, no! The self-reference. That's so stupid. They really double called that back. That's so silly. Okay, they did. They double called it back. Yep. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. The rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I'm happy to I'm happy to lead someone to a suitable Ibruk if they will perform the requisite deed. Alizé? When I'll kill a big cat? Or whatever it was? I don't think it was the cat creatures. That was the Jabral or whatever, basically named after this place. As for the Najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. I'll be warned, you won't find a Najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatika Heartland forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. This feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamachi, Faye, would you accompany me on my errand? Okie dokie. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. It'll just be about our tasks then. All right, squad, and break. We're dancing. We're dancing. Oh. Lamachi had no specific task assigned to her, so I had her accompany me. No more, no less. Come on. Let's go and get those Najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. I respect it. Spiced Ibruk wrapped in Najul leaves. That sounds like a winning combination to me. Oh gosh. I was not expecting that as the next quest name. We move forward with quest 40. A history of violence. Koana has the look of a man intent on finding bananas. Let's see if there are Najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Oriange mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. Perhaps. Fat cat. Ah, yes. The earth here is indeed fashioned into an oven of sorts. Fascinating. Underground oven? That must be the cook Oriange I was talking about. No, he just looked. You could see his head, his nameplate above his head. Yeah. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? Need some banana leaves, please. Some nana leaves? Najul leaves for the purpose other than Jibruk Pipil? Naturally. Unfortunately, I just used my last. I have to travel to the lower forest for more. Gol Magic Grove. The source of the finest Najul leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets. Can't compare. I see. I hope to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the Jatika Heartland we shall go. Curious, because we have Raktika back where we come from, or at least closer to our home continent. Allow me to save you the trip. Oh. Aw, I wanted to go. Traveling there requires you to go through the Titanbeck Traverse, and it is caved in due to the recent storm, I expect. Oh. Oh, but that means we can't get our Najul leaves. But we can, can't we? If there's no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended the feat or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. It's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach, you may find Jibruk Pipil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait. That's it? Okay. Still, if there are no leaves here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tuligolal. So perhaps there is something about Jibruk Pipil that we have yet to learn. Something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. But like, we still need the banana leaves though? Oh, I see. Like, who was the first to make it? Its history, that sort of thing? Ahem. If it's Yaktel's history you're interested in, you should start with the old war between the Jabral and the Mamolja, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. Really? I guess I haven't seen that yet specifically, other than the meteors. But that's not war-based. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know Jibruk Pipil. Really? Huh. What does steamed Ibruk have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilyon Ashol. Lies a short distance to the east. I am assuming if it's wartime food, then that's why it's made in ground ovens. It's because they didn't have options to use like anything else, so they had to use what they could make, so they baked it in the oven, in the ground. The village of Ilyon Ashol. Understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go and see this place. Hit it with the nod. Gotta hit it with the nod. Very important. I was told not to talk about Jabluk people, the history of our people, and the important developments therein. Or another matter. Alright. Off we go then. I can't believe these things are just called necrosis. I thought it was like a big flower. A big floating flower. My eyes! I still have full spell effects on. Oh, 32 gemstones? When it's in bonus? 32? Usually you get 12 normally, so it just triples it. What the heck? Everyone knows there was a war between the Mamulja and the Jabral, but I may have forgotten some of the details. The village of Ilon Asso must be the further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. Well, I was trying, but there was a fate there. There was indeed a fate there. So I had to stop momentarily. Slowly, you gotta do this. Wait, I haven't even finished the Shadowbringers ones. I just didn't care. I'll go do it sometime, I guess. But you have to do a lot of fates to max each zone. Looks like you need to do less, unless it doesn't show you the shared fate system. And like for real, unless you, huh? Maybe it unlocks later or something. Huge angry ground squirrels. Ah! Those are massive. If ground squirrels were that big, it'd be terrifying. It's bigger than like almost every breed of dog. Huge ass ground squirrels. It's the Doo-Zoo. The Zoodoo. This place feels forgotten by time. Oh. The Mountain Zoo. This is the village of Ilyo Asso, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. It's Wuk Ivu. Where'd you come from? Wuk Ivu, I didn't know you were in Yaktel. He just teleported here. Picking up lumber from Ishbrash when I heard the third promise was on her way to the site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw an opportunity to be of service, and so I followed you here. Wuk Ivu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You're a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume? For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Koana. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Oh no. Here we go again. Koana? Now that's a good name. A familiar name. Where have and what have heard I heard Koana as in the second promise of Tuliol. To think that I addressed the Dawn Servant's own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. All right, then. I shan't dwell on it. And right on cue. At least he's consistent? I understand you wish to learn about Jibruk Pipil. I am forbidden by Jibraksh to divulge any information regarding his preparation. I would be happy to share what I know of Yaktel's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Jabral and Mamulja was one of land. The Mamulja live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to convert the upper forest, the home of the Jabral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. To covet, not convert, but to covet the upper forest. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Jabral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and time again. But as the fate of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know too well, blessed siblings. You must understand, the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, Bonewa, and Dopro each sought to assert dominance over the others as they engaged the Jabral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, the Hubigo and Bonewa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of differing clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hubigo and Bonewa, both. A two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior before eventually arising as the first autarch, ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared. The war soon came to a head. I think it's best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield for that time, or from that time. There I shall continue the tale. Alrighty. Onward we go down the road. Oh. Well then. Yep. By the 12 indeed. What happened here? Should we tell Kawana we've met the 12? Like, hey, look, we met them all, and then they turned into a 12 monster and fought us, and then they all disappeared.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinderfield.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
Whoa, another echo. What the heck? Okay.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
The Scale Scum.
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest.
Goodness.
Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance?
Huh.
You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
Yep.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
A boat.
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front. An alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
Valigarmanda. We gotta roll. We gotta roll that R.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin?
What?
I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn Servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chabral steamed Najul.
Oh, and then just smashed it together?
Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn Servant laughed and declared once more,
Okay.
their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
Okay.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
Shibruk Pibil.
It is a marriage of Chabral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The Dawn Servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights.
Damn.
So delicious was their repast.
3 days and 3 nights of tomfoolery in the same place. Okay.
In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn Servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
sorry.
Hmm?
It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Makes sense.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Bibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong?
Do I hear something with my big ears?
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Yeah.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
I never imagined our father was instrumental to Shibruk Bibil's invention. I hope I have been of sufficient service to the third promise. Yo, this song with that chanting going on, I don't know what we call it, the vocals. It's really good. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures, and we're doing the same now. We're doing some of the same, yes. Indeed we are. It's thanks to Wuk Ivu we were able to learn this forest's history. It's twice now that he's helped us. To think we might never have met him if we hadn't thought to fix the float. Indeed. Onward then to quest 41, the feat of Repast. With a question mark, probably a emote. Bananas still weigh heavily upon Kohona's mind. Wuk Ivu has given us valuable insight into the origins of Shibruk Bibil. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves, unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Indeed it was, just like that. There's gonna be a hunt mob that spawns out here, yeah? You think? In this area? Into the, Jorbrit Cinderfield? Rock dragon thingies. What does Kono want with this monument? Is only speculation, but I dare to hope. Yeah, this song did that. It starts with that, like, pulling a record backward kind of scratch sound. I didn't really notice it when we came out of the cutscene, but I noticed it right there. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolize the vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands the journey through history, I thought it's only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Lamachi, Bay, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Clues for what? What are we looking for clues for? This battlefield's 80 years old. Look here. The soil's been recently overturned. You're not going to find some like ancient banana leaves in the... They're be gone. Oh, someone buried a box. Okay, how convenient. Well, well. I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are. Fresh Najul leaves. There is no way they're fresh. What? Excuse me? Oh, maybe. Okay, that's fair. If that's what the line of thinking is, that the elector buried them out here with that little hint to learn about the history. He staged it. That's fair. About to say, like, what? This is no other way. Like I said, this place is 80 years old. Hanmuruk's doing, I'd wager. There's the poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. So we planned this all from the start. Thank you again, Wuk Evo. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And with apologies to present company, allow me to offer encouragement as well, Third Promise. Ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanuhanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolal and what they hold dear. Oh, right in Koana's standing right there, bro. Damn. Just set him out like that. Just set him up, spike him down. Should again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. Harsh, but fair. I cannot argue with that. Okay, what we need. Let us return to Ikbrach. Let us return to Ikbrach indeed. Why am I staring down the second promise? I mean, clearly he wants to evolve Tuliolal, its technologies and whatnot. But he probably isn't in it all for purely selfish gains, so. At least not explicitly selfish. Oh, this is a while away. We're gonna do one of these. I forgot it's way down here. Dun, 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 dun. You have to wonder whether Wuk Evo is actually a historian and not a shipwright. I know, right? He knows a lot for just, I mean, Old, yes, wisdom, age, etc. But for sure. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. I mean, also same. I am hungry myself. Glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. Oh, nothing extra? Okay. Standing here. Doing the standard thing. Yes, yes. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Wuk Evo came along and helped us find them. Wuk Evo was here. I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. Yep. Camera pan up, fade to black, and then return. And there we go. That Galul Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Urianja and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest had to offer. Just rolled my eyes so far back, I think I looked at my brain. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our Ibruk, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. Ah! What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? That makes sense for Alize. Ha! Got it. Picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Aye, though further inquiry did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Through, not though. Through. And all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. I mean, I could too, but my gear is a little bit old. My gear is a couple tiers back. I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, as I recall, you are an accomplished culinarian. I wonder if she only says that if you actually have it leveled. This might be if you have it leveled. You can always go back to the Unending Journey and see if there are deviation marks, which mean it's previous story stuff brought forward. Usually it's potentially examples like this, as well as decisions you can make. Like for dialogue and stuff, are added if you've done certain things. Look, my mouth is watering already. Mm-hmm. Shall we then? Without further delay then. Let's go. Dun 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 dun. Let's do it. Let's make the thing with the stuff.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head.
But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakool Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Absolutely based and owned.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready.
Those look like tacos.
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
So is the meat after being cooked in the banana leaves in the ground oven taken out and just put on tortilla? Maybe? I don't think we heard anything about tortilla.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
It's so tiny, his huge hands. Yeah, eats the whole thing in one bite.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it.
Yeah.
Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Eating?
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
Nom nom nom.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated and spiced before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Well, those boys don't care.
Duh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Gosh.
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
Well, here we go.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the Najuli rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
No.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss. You've got real culinary talent. If you ever tire of adventuring, you can always be my personal chef.
Sure.
It was palatable enough, I suppose. To you, who have successfully performed the feat of Repast, I present these keystones.
Only one feat left.
Well,
Indeed.
I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
We can do better than that, surely. Not yet. His dad energy showing through.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any Shibruk people left? I could really use another helping.
That's what you forgot? That specifically? A second helping? We need to start considering how to reclaim that keystone from Bakool Jaja. We just beat him up. What the hell? Like, he started it. We're just defending ourselves and getting back our own stolen property. Kick his ass. Depriving the first promise of a keystone is a crucial victory indeed. One final feat remains. After this one, I hardly know what to expect. Quite. That was so good. Aren't looking forward to having Jabrut Pibil again. Here, Kryl made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more on the road myself. Now that the feat of Repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Oh, I like a serving blob of it. This traditional Yaktel dish is made by marinating the meat of Ibruk in spices before wrapping it in a Jatika banana leaf and steaming it in an earthen oven. Historically, it symbolizes peace formed between the Jabral and Mamulja peoples. Yeah. It gives direct hit vitality, gear durability bonus, and XP. Yeah, this is the set it out as a tabletop item. Go put that in the house. New wares are not available from the Jabral merch. Oh, it might sell the banana leaf now as a bicolor, but you couldn't see it before because it'd give it away, I guess. Feet of the Brotherhood. Here we come. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Because I don't know how I really feel like we're hitting there's gonna be a turn soon. It's gotta be. It's still like kind of happy and silly and fun, right? Like there's something that's gonna go like soon. We keep moving on. We are now on quest number 42, A Father's Grief. The next feat awaits, and Alphino would have you on the road as soon as possible. Oh, Alphino would he? Well, well, well. Seekers who now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of the Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Tienbeck Traverse, which connects the upper forest to the Jatika heartland, is still impassable. Use the blimp. Is there no other route? I'm afraid not. Work to clear a path is underway, though, so I'm hopeful we can resume our journey soon. And let us each use this time as we see fit. I, for one, would like to explore the village surrounds. If Erenville would be oblige me a tour. Very well. I have no other engagements. And I'll come with you, only to prove that I am capable of keeping my footing. Ha! Though I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me opportunity to look into my grandfather's purported visit to Yaktel. That's right. Mablu said something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us? Okie dokie. I'm just kind of here doing stuff. Let us reconvene here after our respective diversions. Indeed. As I recall, the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yaktel some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be at least middle age. Let us make inquiries where we can. Indeed. The Cerulean Sexudros? It's Shexidros? I don't know. I even pronounce that. Sexiudros? Your guess is as good as mine. CX, but the X is an SH sound. So Sishe Udros. Freaking holy crap. These words. I hope someone in Irbrach knows something. This fellow looks promising. Definitely older than I am. A grizzled villager. A foreign mage 20 years ago. Indeed. Guess I remember him. It's not oft we get visitors from across the salt, let alone those traveling with infants. A baby girl, as I recall. Oh. I saw him in passing, mind, if anyone... Did someone just fall? If anyone would want... If anyone were to know more, I'd wager it would be... Oh. Hanmu Rook. Yes, okay. He was already... Is it Rax then? These damn words. A baby girl? It couldn't have been. Thank you, sir. That information is very helpful. It may have been you, Kryl. I don't know. Perhaps. This expansion should be named Dawntrail. Just change out the T for an X. Considering how many XSHs we have in this expansion. This may be the very lead I was hoping for. So, Hanmuruk has been Jbraxrax for over 20 years before I was ever born. Oh, so how old is Wuk Lamat then? 19, 20, 18, 19, 20? Something like that. Okay. Over 20 years is before she was born, so. Hello again. Do you require assistance? A foreign mage passed through Ikbrash roughly 20 years ago, possibly carrying a young child. Do you remember him? Why do you ask me this? Who's this man to you? He may have been my grandfather. I wish to know what brought him here. Your grandfather? Not by blood, but he is family nonetheless. A foreign mage did indeed visit Ikbrash, Master Galof. Yep. That was easy to figure out and ask. Okay. So far as identity is concerned, I trust you are satisfied. Okay. Anything else? More than that, however, I cannot say. Why not? I simply cannot. I beg your forgiveness and understanding. Something is afoot there. Very well. I will not press. Thank you for confirming his presence here. The rest I will discover myself. Out of more general curiosity, I have another question. They say the Yokhui once dwelled in these forests. Where was that exactly? General curiosity indeed. But yes. Before they withdrew to Yorkapacha, some 5 centuries ago, the Yokhui claimed Yaktel as their own. Many of their architectural remains can be found in the lower forests, the Jatika Heartland, which we can't get to. That's where they must have had their visions. Thank you. That answers much and more. I understand what it means to long for one's family, so believe me when I say that, though my position forbids me from aiding you further, I wish you nothing but success. By helping the Third Promise find the Golden City, you will surely find the answers to your questions. Speaking of which, I have a query of mine for you, champion. May I request a moment of your company? Okay. Go on. We'll wait for you. What you got? Want me to hit something with some glare 4s? I got those on lock. Thank you for obliging me. First, let us head to the cenote behind this village. He's gonna push me in. You gonna push me in? Ah! My legs. My legs. It was my intention to see you off without saying anything, but Mistress Kryle's plea has softened my resolve. As leader of our community, I am gladdened to see that the third promise has surrounded herself with such compassionate and trustworthy companions. Would you tell me of her journey thus far? Just all the cliff notes, huh? Just all them cliff notes. Is that so? It seems the rite has been a source of great learning and growth for Wuk Lamat. It does me well to hear that. There's something else going on here. Obviously. Yep. Yep. My daughter would be about her age. Girls are rarely born amongst these Jabral. So when she arrived, the village was elated. Such joy I felt when I first held her. The pain when I found her at the bottom of a cenote. 3 years old. An accident, it was said. But I knew better. She had been pushed. Though we never caught them, a suspicious figure was seen fleeing towards the Jatika heartland, towards Mamuk. Once bitter enemies, the Mamulja and Jabral had lived to learn to live in peace. But who could doubt the intent of such a reprehensible act by targeting the child who would one day lead her people? The criminal sought to undermine the future of the Jabral. I was determined not to let them succeed, so I let the memory of my daughter die in that cenote and gave her into the care of the person I knew who could protect her. Ah. Dawn servant, Galul Jaja. Though she was born to lead the Jabral, fate had a greater plan for Wuk Lamat. Yep. Only the Dawn servant, and I know the truth, but I must now take you into my confidence for one reason. If the villain who attempted to murder my daughter was indeed of Mamuk, then rancor towards the Jabral still burns. I was caught off guard once. I will not suffer the same tragedy again. So I ask you, not as the Dawn servant's elector, but as a father, to watch over the third promise, defend her from her enemies who may be lurking in the shadow. Will you do this for me? I already did. She already got kidnapped once. Catnapped. Large Catwoman napped. So, yeah, I mean, it's part of the job, I suppose. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Just the bottom of it, not the whole thing? Will you hear my question and answer me plainly? Address me not as the ruler of Tuligolal, but a concerned father. Yep. Suffice it to say, this conversation must remain between us. Pray breathe not a word of this to anyone. Well, my character really doesn't talk, so... Yep. Damn. It's not exactly the I was thinking of, but that's definitely a bit of a wrinkle, at least. That is a bit of a wrinkle. No, come on. One of Bakool Jaja's lackeys was listening, or followed me, I guess. That's annoying. That's annoying and sucks, and is annoying and sucks. That's freaking, that's annoying and also sucks. Freaking heck. Freaking heck, man. All right, we move on to quest number 43, Taking a Stand. Hanmu Ruk stands quietly, his expression one of old pain. Recalling the past has rendered me emotional. I require a moment to compose myself, but please do not keep the third promise waiting. I feel better having spoken with you. My thanks. Okie dokie. Yep. Yep. Oh, okay. A solo duty, I see. Finished speaking with Hanmu Ruk, have you? Upon speaking with Wuk Lamat, several cutscenes will play in sequence. It's recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in its entirety. Okay. I mean, hey, I just said, where's the... Gotta happen. So, Taking a Stand is also a solo duty as well as multiple cutscenes. I see. Let's do it. So it's cutscenes that lead into conflict or some description. That's what those pillars around the NPC mean. You're back. So what did Hanmu Ruk want? Give her the faker? Okay. It's all right. You don't have to say. More importantly, the Tyen Beck traverse still isn't clear yet. Something about even more rocks. I think I'll take the opportunity to rest. All that cooking and preparing for it has worn me out. That's fair. And she waddled away. Waddle. Why is the camera in the bushes? Why was the camera in the bushes? A nap does sound tempting. Why is the camera in the bushes? We're being watched. A moment, promise. Oh. You're one of Bakool Jajas. What do you want? I've come to fetch you. You're welcome to refuse, but know that it would be most unwise. And why is that? I'm sure your salted friend has an idea. What do you think? Oh, did I see him? I don't know if it showed me seeing him. But I guess you can infer. And they say house cats don't come when called. Follow me, promise. I guess and you infer that that's why they're pulling this stunt. Because they overheard what just happened.
What is the meaning of this? And just how far do you plan on taking us?
I mean, yeah, of course. Duh. I didn't tell let's go beat him up. I'll hit him with some freaking glares. I'm gonna do it. Ah.
Oh, Morok! Bakool Jaja, you snake! If you want my keystone so badly, you deal with me and me alone. Leave the Elector out of this.
Is that all you think he is? Foolish kitty! This man is the reason we are here. Take a good look at him. Go on, look. Surely you recognize your real father.
Don't believe us? Then ask your trusted Sellsworth. He heard it straight from the old man's mouth.
Oh, this is real gross.
Is it true? Is Homoruk my...
I mean, she was what? How old was she when she's like 3 or 4? She wouldn't really remember.
Your silence says it all.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you understand the situation, let's see those keystones. I'll even let you fight for them. Just you and me. If that adventurer attempts to interfere, I'll kill the old man myself!
You despicable, heartless fiend! Kinsman or no, I won't stand for you taking hostages! Come on then! You wanna fight? I'll give you a fight!
Oh, such heroic caterwauling promise. I'm shaking.
Oh, God.
Guard our hostage well. We wouldn't want to attempt any thoughts of rescue.
Ugh.
By the by, house cat, they've been instructed to put down Papa Dearest when you lose. Hopefully he settled his affairs.
Don't worry. I'm not losing to the likes of him.
I think I'm gonna play as Wuk Lamat in this duty. Makes sense.
Well, what are you waiting for, you blessed bastards? It's 2 against 1. Don't tell me you're scared.
I know I didn't hear you right.
Cowards don't stand a chance against Wuk Lamat. Should back down before you get hurt. Don't worry, the scary adventure won't do anything funny. I have to, right? It's so good, especially with that pose.
Foreign scum! Who are you to mock me?
You're a piece of shit, dude. You're like literally a piece of shit we have to deal with because of the terms of our agreement. You're just a piece of shit. Sorry, you're 2 pieces of shit. Sorry. My bad.
I'll kill you all!
Oh, damn. Fucking sending it.
Don't look away, son. I want you to watch as I tear your beloved promise to shreds!
Well, okay. God damn.
Hey, Hey, eyes on me. The house cat, remember?
I hope she has more than like 4 abilities. That'd be kind of boring.
I'll say it again. I'm not losing to the likes of you. I'm going to become Dawn's servant, and I will protect my people.
Because if her rotation's like 4 buttons, that would be just kind of lame. Oh, in this battle, you play as Wuk Lamat. What is this character selection screen? Through skillful combat, Wuk Lamat will gain the resolve she needs to unleash powerful limit breaks. Oh, okay. That's cool. Not only do these attacks deal great damage, they will recover HP. Use them early and often to emerge victorious. This is a character select spinning dais right there. Okay. So this is her charge. I'm never going to be able to like move you can't move these buttons, I don't think. No. She has her 1, 2, 3 combo, which restores HP. If any of the weapon skills are not ready, the combo will start again. Yep. She has her Turali Judgment combo. Why would you use... Does this have a cooldown? I don't know. Okay. She has her Last Stand. Increases her own effects of HP. Gets her ranged attack. And the charge. Just got a little bit. The Dawnlit Conviction. Unleashes strength befitting a Dawn Servant's legacy, delivering an attack to all enemies in a straight line before you. Absorbs a portion of damage dealt as HP. Grants Roar of Conviction and Life Siphon. Oh, can I only use this maybe during? Increases damage dealt by self. Increases damage dealt by self. Absorbs a portion of damage dealt as HP. All right, dickhead.
Come, you mangy house cat, so I can rip you to pieces. I'll cut you to shreds.
My magic should be more than enough for Miss Mittens.
I'll make you eat dirt.
No more tricks, Bakool Chaja. We're settling this here and now.
Still playing the part of the brave warrior?
Holy crap. Holy crap.
Miss Mittens is no longer amusing me, brother.
This rite has taught me so much. About my nation, my people, and myself.
Oh, that one is just faster. I see. It's a faster combo. I see. So you want to use this when you have the buff because it's quicker GCDs. Okay.
How do you like this?
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
The recast. Oh, really? That's still. Thought I was out of it. Thought I was far enough over. It was not far enough over, I guess.
I finally understand what it means to live in peace. To greet each day in safety and happiness.
Irritating pest! It's time we finished her, brother.
It's slam jammed.
This is the end for you, kitten.
Know your place. You're mine.
Probably gonna push to the other one, I
Not
guess.
enough to claim the title of Dawn's servant. I must carry on Papa's legacy, his love for our people.
Leave it upstart. Why won't you die? Fine. I'll show you the true power of the blessed.
Oh. Triggered event. Oh, I have to escape.
I will be the next Dawn servant, and I'll protect my people's happiness to the last.
Oh! Tank LB.
That's why there's no way I'll ever lose to the light of you.
Aw. Very anime. I love it.
What? But that was everything I had. I can't stand it anymore. Attack!
Oh, and AoE to do this, I guess. Oh, shit. Ouch.
This is our fight. Stay out of it. You bring shame upon us. You think we care about your stupid pride? This is for Mamuk. We cannot lose.
Oh, the great Bakool Jaja needs help, I see. Send your whole army. You still won't win.
Oh, I moved too early.
I will prove that my allies are right to believe in me.
Oh, damn
Such
it.
confidence. What changed? She wasn't like this before.
Oh, are these the ones from the his actual party? Oh. Oh, that was cool as hell. That was fun. Yeah. That was fun. Oh, You drop the things.
I reclaim what you stole.
No. How can this be?
You're a piece of shit.
How could that puny house cat beat all of us?
You've caused nothing but trouble with your dirty tricks. Threatening the Hanuhanu, releasing Valyarmanda, harassing me is one thing, but you've endangered too many innocents. No more, Bakool Jaja. I will not stand for it. If you even think of tormenting my people again, you will answer to me.
No. No.
And he goes and forgets he had the way blocked.
Sure.
What? That was his doing?
The only part left in the saga is the Lay of the Brotherhood in Mamuk.
Yes.
The plan was to force you here so we could take the rest of your keystones.
Thank you for explaining your evil plan.
So that's what he was up to. But, should you be telling us this?
What does it matter? You've beaten us. It's over.
It's true.
We'll release the hostage.
Happy cat face.
I'm sorry. I was careless.
Are you all right? So what Bakool Jaja said about you and me...
But to single-handedly defeat Bakool Jaja, you truly are the Dawn Servant's daughter.
Oh, is he stopping himself and he's pushing her away?
It has been my honor to bear witness to your journey. Promise.
They have the same color eyes.
Promise. Yes. That's what I am.
Makes sense now. I didn't really realize it at first. That scene held on it on purpose. Same color hair, too.
I'm Gulul Jaja's daughter, and Tuli Hyolal's next Dawn servant. Come on. Let's rejoin the others.
It's sweet, but like, at this point, does it matter if you know who your biological parents are? How does that... You defended him already, so... I guess it feels like it would distract her from her mission. From her purpose. Yeah. Oops. Mouse. That was neat. Thing happened while we were away. There's a certain satisfied air about you. What do I stink or something? I just stood there. Anvil's tour was both educational and exciting. Hope we can persuade him to conduct another in the lower forests. The twins ran me from one end of the Yuotomu horizon to the other, asking about everything of remote interest along the way. That sounds like them. Seems we were the last to return. I'm glad everyone made it back safely. Oh, I didn't talk to Kryl. Shit, she was covered up. She's too short. Thank you for having faith in me. Keeping out of the fight even when it got dirty. Could have been easy for you. But Bakool Jaja wouldn't be the last person to threaten those I care about. I wanted to prove to myself that I can stand up to such villains, even when I stand alone. Which isn't to say that I won't ask for help when I need it, of course. I know better than that now. Indeed. Oh, I was wondering if it was going right back into a cutscene. Is it a meanwhile? Earlier, in the Second Promises camp.
The passage to Mamuk remains blocked. For now, all we can do is try to rest and recover. Perhaps with a meal, as my sister would no doubt suggest. Shall we borrow the kitchens and prepare some Shibruk pibil?
Yeah, but like, you can't just doesn't a meal like that in an earthbound oven, like, it has to slowly bake for like, I don't even know, well over an hour.
So thou hast taken a liking to the dish. As we learn to appreciate the unfamiliar, 'tis only natural that we develop new affinities. There is no shame in this.
Yeah, sure, Reggie, what you said, but oh my goodness.
But there is in ignorance. I had barely considered what the people of Tuli Yolal hold dear. What hopes they harbor for the future. Our nation is built upon the bonds that Father forged during his journey across Tural. But so single-minded have I been in my advocacy of foreign innovations that I failed to understand my own people. Could someone who struggles to connect with the populace ever make a worthy Dawn servant?
To understand and connect with people is by no means easy. But there is something you can do to pave the way. Let them see you for who you really are. What makes you laugh and cry and rage. That sort of honesty is the first step towards mutual understanding and connection.
Spoken like a true dad.
Understanding begets fellowship, as my father said.
Sorry, I interrupted. Go on.
And yet, what you suggest does not come naturally to me.
I, too, have found it difficult to speak from the heart. In thy struggles, I see mine own, painful in their familiarity.
Yeah.
Yet frightening though it may feel, if we are to move forward, we must indeed take that first step. dispense with pretense, and simply be.
Do you remember when you first approached us, and we asked you why you wanted to become Dawn Servant? You said you wished to use the knowledge you acquired in Sharlayan for your country, and in doing so repay your father for the opportunities he afforded you. What won me over was not your ambition, but your motivation. So let your people know this, and in time, they'll come to support you as we do. You can't hide behind that stoicism forever.
Very well then. I will make a greater effort to be myself. By not being my usual self so much.
Yeah. For as weathered as our promise looks, she's positively glowing with confidence. What in the world happened? What in the world happened indeed? I think that's a good stopping point for this chapter. Of course, there's plenty more ahead. Thank you for watching. If you haven't been watching on YouTube or if you've been watching live, if you are watching on YouTube, of course, there are plenty more videos if you'd like. There's a lot of Final Fantasy XIV here, as well as Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The whole thing, even the Platinum hard mode trophy stuff. Final Fantasy XVI. Probably more than I can remember right now. Like all the Souls games and Bloodborne, and currently doing Elden Ring. Shadow of the Erdtree DLC is a ton. If you like hanging out, watching the forehead play RPGs. But I'll see you in the next one. Hmm.